What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, April 12th? Yes, first day of the play-in tournament. Now, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments section who your favorite plays are for tonight's slate. And finally, shout out to No House Advantage for being the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up to get up to $25 on your first deposit. We're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Kyrie Irving, Marcus Morris, Kevin Love, Bruce Brown, and Lauri Markkanen on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? Time to find out. First up at number 5, I've got Darius Garland. He's point guard, shooting guard eligible, 8,900. Projected for 44. The goal is 53. He's in the optimal lineup 47% of the time. I gave him 40 minutes, 1.1 fantasy points per minute, 29% usage. He runs the entire offense here for the Cavs. 25.5 real points, 8.5 assists, and 4 boards. Maybe you get a steal and a half. It's pace up slightly against Brooklyn. We know Brooklyn's defense isn't going to be anything major in the playoffs. The question is going to be, how good will Cleveland's defense be, and can Cleveland keep up offensively? If they do, I think Darius Garland's going to have a lot to do with it. Garland looking pretty good here, 8,900, point guard and shooting guard. You can't really ask for much more. In at number 4, we've got D'Angelo Russell, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 7,200, projected for 36. The goal is 44. He's in the optimal lineup 49% of the time. 34 minutes here for Russell, 1.07 fantasy points per minute. This is basically pace neutral, a little bit of a pace down spot for Minnesota, and you would expect it to maybe slow down a little bit more as we get into a more playoff-like atmosphere. But this one should be close. They are 3-point dogs against the Clippers, 3-point favorites against the Clippers, 25% usage for Russell, 20 real points, 7 assists, 4 boards, and a little over a stock and a half. He looks good, man. The guy can score. If he is cooking like he normally does, 7,200 probably not the best price tag for Russell. He should be a little bit more expensive. My only worry is that the Clippers defense is going to be a bit of a problem in the playoffs. Just so much switching. You might not be able to get to your spots the way you want to. This might be a better Cat day than a Russell day. But on paper, because of Russell's price tag, I have to pay attention to him. At number 3, we go to Paul George, shooting guard, small forward, eligible, 9,600, projected for 49.5. The goal is 56. He's in the optimal lineup 52% of the time. George is just back, and he seemed to be fine. So 36 minutes for Paul George, 1.37 fantasy points per minute. Massive pace up spot here for the Clippers. They gain 3.7 possessions above their average. Minnesota is about as good as you're going to get here. Clippers are slight dogs, but you expect a competitive matchup. 27 points on 34% usage, 8 boards, 6.5 assists, and 2 stocks. You get shooting guard and small forward eligibility, and he is the first guy to be in the optimal more than 50% of the time. Paul George is the answer of who you want this week. Today. I got to re-record that, don't I? Probably not. We'll go with it. I don't know why I said this week. We meant today. That's a really weird thing to say for a daily sport. But anyway, play Paul George. And at number 2, that is my nemesis, Caris LeVert, shooting guard, small forward, eligible, 5,400, projected for 32. The goal is 34. He's in the optimal lineup 59% of the time. This is the price thing for LeVert. His usage, not the same when he's out there with the rest of the guys on this. Like, since he's been traded to Cleveland, he's not the same person. When Garland is out there, when Mobley's out there, LeVert has limited usage, at least limited for him. I gave him 22% usage, 35 minutes. That's 0.9 fantasy points per minute, 17 points, 4.5 boards, 4.5 assists, and a stock and a half. But he does get to face Brooklyn. Call it a revenge narrative if you want to give him a little bit of a boost. But the real issue here is that I expect LeVert to play big minutes in a competitive game with their season on the line. I mean, obviously they get another one if they lose, but it's a lot better to just immediately win. I like the price tag because of the minutes. I think he's going to play a ton, maybe the second most minutes on the team behind Darius Garland. And if that's the case, 5,400 is not enough. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo. Your number one contender for today is not even close. It's Reggie Jackson. He's point guard eligible, 5,700, projected for 36. The goal is 36, and he's in the optimal lineup 62% of the time. Reggie Jackson is just going to play massive minutes and have really big usage. I got him in for 36 minutes. That minutes cap is long gone. He's going to play the full freight. He's going to be right around a fantasy point per minute. He's got 28% usage this season when he and Paul George both start and there's no Eric Bledsoe around. 21 points, 5 assists. We'll call it 5 assists, 5 boards. You basically round one up slightly, round one down slightly. You get a steal, and then you get the benefit of this massive pace up spot against Minnesota. It's hard to not want to go to a group of Clippers in this sense because they're just going to have a lot more opportunities than they normally have in a game. So, with that said, Reggie Jackson is your number one contender for today. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, April 12th. DraftKings version is around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We're back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.